hello. Check, check, check. Check 1 2 1 2. I'm excited to drink some non-caffeinated coffee.
Thank you for coming here. Of course, we're here at Tilt Coffee. And it's kind of funny, actually. I recognize both of you because I went to the College Park Logic release party and I saw you both there.
That's amazing. What?
Yeah. And I was like a little nervous to go up to you and say anything, so I didn't. So
I
that's
wish
why I
you
DM'd
would
you.
have.
But yeah, I was one of the first people to enter, and me and my buddy saw you guys, and I was like, oh, that's Hennessy.
Oh my God, how cool. I wish you would have said hi.
Yeah.
I felt like a lonely little person there.
No, it's all good. And then you also had like a question on the Q&A with Logic too.
Yeah, that was hilarious. That was a very funny moment.
Yeah, that was.
He was like, what the fuck? Who gave you the mic? I was like, you little shithead.
That's cool. So we got Hennessy, singer, songwriter, artist too. I saw you were painting on Instagram maybe yesterday or 2 days ago.
Yeah.
That's cool. Like, you're very artistic. Were your parents artistic at all?
Yeah, my family, my mom was a singer,
Okay.
and my dad's side of the family all comes from like church choir and Spanish like guitar. So it's very musical. Art, I think, just came naturally. Like creating was just like a blast. And I think that like my family kind of pushed it on me. Like they were always like, you're going to be an artist, like draw me something or like sing me something. So I just overall love like creating things out of nothing.
How would you explain who you are to someone who hasn't heard your music or know who you are?
That's an interesting question.
Like you could just say artist, but like
yeah, I don't even like that.
Yeah, it's a weird term sometimes.
I would just describe myself as someone who likes to create stuff, like whether it's conversation, whether I'm just a creator. Like I really enjoy creating moments and memories. And my music, I always describe as like, I don't know what genre I fit in, but I would say soulful. I'm always like, I just like write things that mean something to me. They usually come from an emotional place or like, I started music like a diary. So all my songs were definitely, I didn't ever think they would like hit other people's ears until like a certain point of my career and like people pushing me to do music. Yeah. So I would just say I'm a creator that likes to write music for people like me. And I don't even know who I am, so.
Yeah. And you said you started that as a diary. Like how old were you when that was happening?
Probably 12. I had some things with like my privacy as a young kid, like being breached a lot when I would actually write in a diary. So like my mom would read it and I would get in trouble for things that I like wrote in my diary. Yeah. So I stopped writing in my diary and I started to play a guitar that I was gifted when I was 12. And after that, I was just like, I would go to the guitar and just like sing my emotions instead of writing them down. Yeah.
I asked you, like you had a specific type of genre because I was listening to all your music and like it all seems a little different.
Yeah.
Like not, I don't mean that in a bad way.
Not at all.
Just like a lot of different stuff, which is really cool. I was listening to your album too, and I heard. I mean, from my ears, like I hear things that like maybe you got influenced by. Like I'm just like I heard a lot of like Beatles and like Sting or the Police like influence in that album.
I love that. Oh my gosh, I love that.
I heard some of your inspirations, like a big one being like Bob Marley or like the Marleys. Like who are some other inspirations that people may not know, like that you're into? I
will say that my biggest musical inspirations are the people that helped me get into music. So there are also artists that you could look up and listen on Spotify, but like you said, not a lot of people know who they are. And that one of them is Moeezy. He's like my brother almost. Yeah. And he really helped me practice like my confidence in the studio, because performing outside, I was very used to like pulling up to parties and like jamming with people just like off the bat. But like the studio life is like, studio energy is so different. So he helped me like really sit down, learn how to write songs with other people and like just get confident in front of that microphone when you're like, you know, taking takes with an engineer. And it's just a lot different than like just a genuine like performance when you're performing for people.
Yeah.
So I would say Moeezy. I would say Yasmin. She's an artist from Estonia and she's amazing. She like, I'm just like really inspired by the artists around me. I think that, you know, super underground artists that also deserve the spotlight, I think.
Yeah, I saw that you have quite a few songs with Moeezy. Like, are you guys on the same label?
Yeah, so we kind of started. We didn't know what to call it at first because we didn't want it to necessarily be a label. So it's more like a group or like
collective.
Yeah, collective, exactly. But it's called Manifest Us, and we've pretty much been a part of that together for at least 5 years. It's been like quite a while. And he's in Africa now, and they're starting a company over there now called Manifest Africa. So it's very cool. It's super cool. Yeah.
Very cool. I have a screenshot of your Spotify bio, and I'm just going to pick apart one part, but it says you're surrounded by the Marley family in Miami, Florida. So did you grow up with the Marley family?
I did. I did in a sense. Like I went to birthday parties, and my dad did ticketing. So like before Ticketmaster was Ticketmaster, there was Ticketmaster, Ticket Animal, and like a few other ones.
Animal.
Yeah, and my dad was Ticket Animal. So they were kind of like competitors in the beginning of the 2000s.
Yeah.
And so I was a super young kid. I got to go to a million different festivals, and my dad's also a security analyst. So the Marleys met him at a festival, or they linked. And my dad's also a huge music fan. So like I would not be who I am without my father either. Like he's probably got the sickest music taste I've ever seen in somebody. That old man.
Yeah, that's dope. Because I'm not saying he's old, but like there are a lot of
insulting him.
Old people that don't listen to that. They only listen to like one or two genres of music.
Yeah, my dad is such open ears. Like if it's good frequency, good music, he will listen to it and he will add that to his playlist. But yeah, I grew up around that family, and they're super musical, and like they're just creators, and like they're very, very serious about their creation. So it was just like a blessing to be around. Like,
seems like you've experienced a lot in your life. Like you've lived a few places, haven't you?
I have.
Yeah.
I've lived in America. I've lived in Europe.
Why all the moving?
Huh?
What's the reason for like all the moving around?
I think that I genuinely, other than like patterns that I learned from my parents, because my mom's very like homebody, or like she stays in one place.
Yeah.
But my dad's the complete opposite. He's like a little nomad. He's kind of been like, I say, touring my whole life, because he's a public speaker.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't remember a time in my life where my dad has been like home. Like he's always just been going here and going there. And I think that's something that I really enjoy. I love creating. So creating like in any place is something that I love change. I can't stay somewhere for too long. Like I think that if you stay somewhere for too long, you become like, I don't know, I wouldn't say a victim, but you become very susceptible to your surrounding. Like you get used to it and you get comfortable versus like always deciding to be in new places, you know?
Yeah. And that change also correlates through your music too, to showing like you're just changing as a person and growing and just trying out new things too, which is awesome.
Yeah, definitely. And I think like a lot of my music that's out was influenced by the people who helped me put it out, you know? And I'm really excited about like this new chapter in my life, because I'm more so focused on like what I want to make. And like, I still wanted to make that stuff, but it was still very like, you know, helped by like people who wanted to help develop me and stuff. And I'm blessed for all of the songs I've come out with, but I'm very excited to move into this next chapter and really put out music that I like. And it's more like acoustic, like soulful stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're dropping an EP in May?
Yes.
May
15th.
15th. Okay. And is it going to be all acoustic?
This one is going to be all acoustic, yeah. And it's songs that I wrote from when I was like 15 to 18. So they're all songs and I performed all these songs around LA. So a lot of people know them, but they have never been able to listen to them outside of my performances.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Did you perform those at the 420 event you did the other night?
I did, yeah. I did, yeah. I've been performing those songs for years, but that's the first time I performed them like recorded, this is how I'm going to drop them. So it was super exciting. And I was in front of a whole bunch of college kids that I didn't know any of them. And there was like 100 of them.
That's always good though. They like not know anyone.
It's great.
Sometimes you can express yourself better. If I can, because like I'm a shy person, but
I love
when
it.
like I don't know anyone, I'm like a different person.
Yeah.
You know? At least on streaming, your first music that was uploaded was around 2019. Like what were you doing before that with music that led you to start to like release music?
I think I was just getting comfortable. Like I was just developing as an artist and like as a person and like getting comfortable. Again, studio was like super weird for me. I don't know why. Like I really enjoyed being at the studio, but it was like super challenging. It was super challenging for me personally to just do my best in the studio. I think I was like, so like before I dropped anything, I have so many songs. Like I was still writing songs all the time, recording songs all the time, but it was more in an insecure space, you know? So I still had lots of growing to do and I didn't feel like these songs were good enough or like, are they ready? And there just came a point where it was like, just drop music. Like if you make music and you like it, just put it out because someone might like it, you know?
Definitely. And then I would say your biggest song, Drag Queen with Logic, like how did that come together?
It was super, super, super fun. I love the story. It was so cool. So again, like I'm not ashamed of any of it. I'm like super privileged, honestly, to be my father's daughter. He's like just a really cool guy. They call him the ethical hacker. And his job in Hollywood for like the past 10 years plus have been to recover like he's just a security analyst. So like he'll help people find stuff that someone stole or if someone leaked something from a movie too early or if someone leaked a song, he's that person they call to figure out who did it. And
smart guy.
Yeah, very smart guy. And so Logic had something like that. And I love this. Logic couldn't afford my father. So my father was like, I have a daughter and she's really good at music. Would you be interested in like making music with her? And I love Logic because he's super genuine.
Yeah.
And so he was like, yeah, just like, let's set up a meeting and like, I need to hear her music because I'm not going to make music with anyone. And I really appreciated that because I didn't want to just get like a favor or like a hand me down, you know, because I want to work with people who enjoy my vibe. And so we sat on Zoom call for like 2.5 hours, just like playing each other's music back and forth. And he like really vibed with it. And he went from like skeptical to like, oh, I fuck with this. Like, let's do a song. And then I did Drag Queen like 1.5 years before I talked to Logic. And he actually picked that song out of like my plethora of stuff. And he was like, I really want to do this. And then we did it. It was really cool.
Wow, that's not what I was expecting. That's awesome. That's a way cooler story than I thought. Did you were you a fan of his before that at all? I
definitely loved it, like really enjoyed some of his music, but I can't say that I was like a huge fan. Like I just enjoy him as a person and I really, really like a lot of his music, but I don't know it like do diehards and like
you don't have to.
Yeah. But I appreciate him as an artist and as a person and I already knew who he was and I knew some songs and I was like, oh yeah, like I would love to work with someone like as talented and like humble as you are. Like for sure.
Definitely. And also on the on Spotify it says like fuck dude. There's some other artists that says that you worked with you worked with Be Real.
Yeah. Yeah. Be Real and Burner. That was that was so cool.
Like what was going on there? Like what were you guys doing?
So I pulled up to the studio and I didn't really know what was gonna happen. Actually first Burner hit my father up and he knew that I made music and he was like, your daughter makes music and she's really good. Could you ask her to write a hook for me? And my partner actually helped me. My writing partner actually helped me write some of that hook. He's an amazing writer. But yeah, he just thought of me and he sent me the beat and I wrote the hook in the car on the way. No, I got the hook written and then in the car on the way, I like figured out how I was going to sing it before I got to the studio. Cause I really like to like have my shit done in a certain way, especially if it's like planned out. Just so I can go in and do my job and then, that's it. So that really, I just pulled up, they were getting high. Dave East was in the studio before me, who I had no idea who he was until that day. And he was super sweet and super kind. And yeah, we just hung out. I got smoked the fuck out and I recorded that song and they loved it, which was amazing. Cause it's really hard to like, for me personally, just like one and done, you know? And yeah, they were super cool. And Be Real's awesome. Burner is amazing. I know Burner closer than I know Be Real, but they're both amazing people, and it was a great experience.
That's dope.
Huge blessing.
Very cool. What else do you like to do besides like music and creative things, like hobby wise?
I like being outside.
Yeah.
I really, really love being outside. And I don't know, there's just something about like, I think human beings forget that we're animals, you know, and we kind of function the same as other animals.
Yeah.
We like to like exclude ourselves from the same experience as animals, but I really enjoy being outside, like whether it's the beach or going on a random adventure, even walking the crazy city of downtown.
Yeah.
Like that's probably like my biggest hobby. It's just
I can relate to that because I tend to find myself like I guess when I want to say like kind of depressed when just being in my room or like being in my house all day. Like if I have a day off today and I wasn't doing this, I'd probably be at home like reading and like maybe watch like a podcast or something.
Yes.
And, like it's cool, it's chill, but like I don't know, being inside sometimes like isn't it? Just being outside, I feel like can cure depression.
Yeah, really.
Crazy, but
I know people are like it's ridiculous, but vitamin D is a real thing, and like fresh air and being able to like take yourself out of your own circumstances, can be really amazing. And I love that you said reading. I love reading.
Yeah,
I love reading. My concept album after I dropped this EP, which has been my baby for like 3 years, I've been coming up with this album that I'm going to work on with amazing artists. But it's all about books.
Really?
Yeah. So each song is going to go to a book. Okay. So I love that you love reading because like I just want to meet more readers because it's kind of scarce.
No, I tried doing like audiobooks and I have a few, but I bought a bunch of books on eBay recently and I just keep reading them. Like it's so refreshing.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah,
I absolutely love that. Don't stop reading.
Yeah, I have a hard time. Like I don't watch a lot of TV or movies like at all. I mostly listen to podcasts and I read.
Very cool.
Like have like conversations with people. Like that's all.
I love that.
Yeah,
it's so much more human.
Music's like my favorite thing ever. Like I love listening to music, and I guess I'll listen to anything basically. I've been listening to a lot of like stuff I don't usually listen to like dubstep or like EDM.
Heck yeah.
And even like some like country, I guess.
Hell yeah.
I'm trying to break out of. I say I listen to everything, but I listen to like a lot of just hip hop and like soul and R&B, kind of like that. I'm trying to like not do as much as that because I feel like it's like awesome. A repetition of just listening to the same stuff all the time.
Yeah, well, that's really cool. I could send you some playlists.
Yeah, definitely.
Like I said, I listen to everything. Like everything.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm trying to get back into like older music too. I used to be like really into like 60s and 70s.
Yes, that's
like,
my jam. Yeah. Let's go.
But now it's just like 90s fucking gangster rap.
Yeah.
It's all cool though.
Yeah, I love that though. I think that's really great that you.
I think that goes with like your personality changing too. Like everything you're surrounded by, like has an effect of like how you are.
Yes,
sure.
exactly.
And if you keep listening to the same stuff, I don't know. I fall into the same routine, doing the same stuff all the time.
Yeah,
so
frequency is a thing. Music is a powerful source of like you said, it could change like your mood. It could change like if you keep listening to the same stuff, you won't notice, but you will be living your life a certain way.
I know.
You know?
Yeah. I just have been noticing recently. It's like it's a program basically. It sounds a little. Yeah, no, it's true. Though.
It sounds real. It's real.
It's real.
It's real. The truth can be intimidating.
Yeah. That's very cool.
I love that.
That's kind of all the questions I had.
Very cool.
It was very nice talking to you.
Yeah, likewise.
Do you have anything else to tell anyone out there?
Do your best. Keep trying. And stay as positive as possible. Because it is a choice. Even if you live somewhere you feel like your circumstances you are in not control of and no control of, just stay positive. Because there are people out there who smile every day and have no home, but a whole family they need to feed, and they wake up and choose happiness. So choose happiness. That's all I have to say.
Nice.
This is great, though.
Thank you.
Like, blah, 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 blah.